black and white spooky theme. My goal was only to read 50 books. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Janelle, and normally every month I will do these monthly resets. However, I didn't do a setup for September because I was a little burnt out from my trip to the Philippines. So we're gonna be doing a reflection on August instead of September because that was the last time that I did a setup. So naturally, that's what I'm gonna be reflecting on. But yeah, normally in these videos, I do a reset of my environment first. So the first part of this video normally is me cleaning up, but I've also procrastinated on editing some videos, so I'm gonna be doing that in this video. I did do some cleaning, and then I also put up my decorations for Halloween, so stay tuned for that. After that, I'm doing a reflection, which, like I said, I'm doing a reflection on my August goals, and then once I'm done with my August reflection, I'm gonna share with you my October setup. I've made templates for both my August and my October setup, so if you really like the layout and the aesthetic of those Notion setups, I will leave links in the descriptions for both of those templates, and it's completely free as well, so anyone can use them. I'm really glad that you're here today, and without further ado, let's just get into the reset. Hi everyone, so I just got done with a Twitch stream, which is probably something that I'll have to talk about later. It's kind of a lot to explain. I mean, it's not that much, but I feel like now's not the right time to talk about it. But I just got done with the Twitch stream. It is 1 p.m. on a Monday, and I have yet to start editing a video that is coming out on Wednesday. So we have to do that today and tomorrow and get as much of it done as possible. It is actually my final travel video, which is me going to Tokyo. And if you haven't watched any of my travel videos yet, I highly recommend that you do, especially the Tokyo one, because, well, I haven't edited it yet, but I feel like it's gonna be one of the best ones out of all 4 of them. I just have to do it right away because it's almost been a month now since I've been back from my trip, and I have yet to upload the last video. So yeah, let's get that done and also do some cleaning if I have more energy. But today and tomorrow, definitely focusing on finishing up that video. Noon, and I've spent all morning working on my video. This video is taking a lot longer than I expected to edit it, but that's probably because I want it to be a really great video. It's not every day that you visit Tokyo, so I really want to make it a really good video. I'm still not finished with it, so I'm gonna have to continue working on it, but thankfully I can do laundry in the background. I mean, I'm gonna have to fold the laundry afterwards, but at least washing it and drying it I can do in the background. But I do have to clean the kitchen and do a lot more cleaning stuff, so I don't know how that's gonna work because yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I have to do today. And I still have to do my October setup. I normally do that before I show you, obviously, but it's Tuesday and this video is supposed to come out on Sunday. So I don't know how I'm gonna finish all of this and then edit it and put it out on Sunday, but I guess we'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna finish loading up laundry and then I'm gonna have lunch and then continue working on my video. I hope I can finish it very soon because I really need to work on other things. everyone. It's been a while since I've done a monthly reset. It's been a while since I've made a video in general, actually. Also, ignore my messy kitchen. I don't want to talk about it. The funny thing is about cleaning your kitchen is that it gets dirty like within hours because you have to cook 3 meals a day. But anyways, let's talk about the monthly setup. So the last time I did a monthly setup was in August. I actually didn't do a monthly setup for September because I was very overwhelmed. I think I was like super burnt out from having to travel, and not just traveling, but also filming and editing and traveling at the same time. I think all of that combined just made me super tired. So by the time that I got back from my trip, I was extremely exhausted, burnt out. Didn't want to make any videos, didn't even want to edit my videos. I had planned to come out with my travel videos consecutively for like a month, but that didn't turn out that way. So there was a couple weeks in between a few videos where I just didn't post anything, and I felt really bad about that. But what can you do? Like, it happens. Part of it is probably because I didn't do a September setup, but I was just like way too overwhelmed anyway. So yeah, we're gonna go over my August goals and probably talk a little bit about September as well. So without further ado, let's get into the August setup. Okay, so welcome to my desktop. I might sound a little bit different because I'm using a different microphone to record this audio. Yeah, this is actually my new stream setup, and it's not gonna look exactly like this on my stream, but this is generally how it's gonna look and how it's gonna sound. And we'll probably talk more later about my stream, but yeah, I basically have been streaming for the past couple of weeks. So if you want to go check it out, I'll leave it linked in the description. I had this cherry blossom theme with kuromi in it. Obviously in August, it was my first time visiting Japan, so I figured I would do like a pink cherry blossom theme even though it's not in season. But kuromi is always in season, so yeah. Sadly, I didn't really use this template that much, but I did update it a little bit before I started recording this video. So let's first get into the goals. My first goal is to read a physical / ebook. I really wanted to read a book with my eyeballs in the month of August because I've been reading audiobooks for like the past few months, and I feel like it has been putting me in a reading slump. I don't feel like I've been as excited to read for the past year as I have been in years past. So I really wanted to challenge myself and get back into the reading habit by reading a physical book or reading something with the words instead of like just listening to it. So my goal was to read a physical / ebook, and I did end up reading a book. I actually read 2 books since I made this August template, but the book that I read in August was The Fourth Wing. I read that while I was on my trip, and I finished it on my trip. I got through halfway on Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and I really want to finish that soon. I literally just bought it on Kindle right before recording this, so hopefully I'm gonna finish it soon. And then the second book that I actually finished it yesterday. I read The Lord of the Rings. Actually, I read The Fellowship of the Ring. The series is called The Lord of the Rings, but I read The Fellowship of the Ring. I finished it yesterday, and it was good. And yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to read a book physically. I read a couple of books physically. My second goal was to apply to 10 jobs, and I did not do this. I was way too busy with planning my trip in August, and then basically once I came back from my trip, I was way too exhausted, and I came back at like the end of August anyway, so I wasn't able to meet this goal. But I did apply for like 20 more jobs in September, so I feel like I'm on the right track on that. I just have to keep going. I just have to put myself out there, continue putting myself out there, continue improving my resume and my cover letter writing skills. Just keep going on that. I'm trying not to be too discouraged on this because it takes a while for people to find jobs nowadays. I need to just stay motivated on it. My third goal was to upload 4 videos. I think I did upload 4 videos, which is why I marked it complete. In August, I uploaded 4 videos, but I think in September I probably uploaded like 3. I can't remember. I really can't remember, but regardless, I've still been keeping up with uploading at least. Even though some of my videos have come out late, I'm still going strong with the YouTube thing. I also had a habit tracker, but I basically didn't update this like right before I left for my trip because I left on Friday the 11th, and before that I just got too overwhelmed with packing and preparing for everything that I just stopped, and then I never continued on working on these habits. So yeah, I did pretty bad on that, but that's because I was like way too overwhelmed with everything. So yeah, I didn't do that great, but I was on a trip, so it happens sometimes. I feel like everybody has these months where you kind of fall off the wagon, but the trick is not to feel super down on yourself. Pick yourself back up and keep going. Finally, we have my August memories, And obviously I have a lot of photos for August because we went to a lot of places. Actually, these are only my pictures from Japan, so I should probably update this with more pictures from my entire trip because we took way more than this. But yeah, these are just a few of the pictures that we took from Japan. Actually, this was taken in a Starbucks. The view from this Starbucks was so nice. I mean, it's just like a regular Japanese street, but everything's so cool in Japan. This was a picture from Daikoku, which was one of my dream places that I've wanted to go to, and honestly I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to go here again. If you want to know why, definitely watch my video where I went to Tokyo, because yeah, I explained everything in that video and it's a very long explanation. This is obviously from Shibuya Crossing or Shibuya Scramble. There's literally so many people in Japan and it was very overwhelming. This was taken in front of Tokyo Central Station. It's such a beautiful station. This was taken in the Nintendo store. I don't think I need to say anything more about that. This was the Imperial Palace, and this was as close as we could get to it because apparently you have to reserve a tour and we didn't know that, so maybe next time we'll be able to get a tour of the Imperial Palace. This is Harajuku. So this is the famous Takeshita Street. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Takeshita? Takeshita?
Takeshita.
But yeah, this is Harajuku. I feel like this is such a nice picture. At least if you zoom in, you can see all of the people and the umbrellas and stuff. Here's another place where it's so busy and crowded. And lastly, I think Alex took this picture. It's a picture of a girl in a kimono and she's like on one of these carriage things. This is like the type of carriage where like somebody actually holds it and like runs and takes you places. I don't know what they're called, but we saw a bunch of these when we were in Asakusa and it was really cool. So yeah, that's all the photos that I had. At least those are all the photos that I took in Japan, because I definitely took way more photos than this in August, but I need to update this. And yeah, that is how my August template looked like. It was a very pretty template, but unfortunately I didn't use it that much because August was very chaotic for me. I will leave the template for this August setup in my description. Of course, you can watch my August monthly reset to see how I set this up. Anyways, that's how August went. And now let's get into my October setup. Welcome to my October setup. So as you can see, I am using dark mode for this setup, and you don't necessarily have to use dark mode on this template, but I did make it with dark mode in mind, so it's probably gonna look better in dark mode. And after I'm done, I will show you how it looks like in light mode, because I'm sure a lot of people will want to continue to use light mode. But let me first give you the tour. So right off the bat, it's a black and white spooky theme. I really wanted to go with like a witchy theme, but I was finding it kind of hard to find photos for my theme that were cohesive, and I feel like this black and white theme is very cohesive. I mean, obviously it's gonna be cohesive because it's all the same color, but yeah, very easy to find photos for this theme. The first thing that I have is this quote that says, "Do one thing every day that scares you." Since it's gonna be Halloween, might as well put a spooky quote in here, but it's also motivational because for me personally, I overthink the tasks that I want to do. Like, I feel like they're going to be way harder than I expect it to be, or I feel like it's gonna take way longer than I expect it to take. So whatever is scaring me, whatever is overwhelming me, I should try and do that. And even if that's like the only thing that I accomplish, I think I'll feel good about it because I was scared to do it. Next, we have my navigation panes here every single month. I did add in games here because I did start developing games. I feel like my game dev skills are really improving. I started learning how to use a game engine called Godot. I do game dev streams on Monday and Friday, and having those streams scheduled every Monday and Friday is really helping me to develop my skills. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my game dev journey. I have this picture here of a castle with a bunch of crows, I think. Probably. And then I have my books read in 2023. I'm honestly not quite sure why I never put this in my previous monthly setup, but I'm putting this in here now because I am super behind on my reading goal. Last year I read 80 books, and the year before that I read 60 books. My goal was only to read 50 books, and I'm not even halfway done with that goal yet. So I really need to grind on reading my books, even if all of them are audiobooks. Honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna read 35 books in the next 3 months, but we'll see. Next, I have this clock widget. I thought it fit because like astrology, witchy stuff. Yeah, I guess. And then next I have my October goals. It's kind of the same layout as before, except now it's just like in a vertical layout. And also I have tasks in here. It's kind of the same thing as my August setup and my July setup. So this is not really anything new. The only thing that I've changed is I've added this to-do list, which is the same as these October goals. So all the tasks that are inside my October goals will be out here. And I can also add anything that doesn't have like a big goal. Like for example, fix my resume. I don't have a goal in here, maybe to apply to 20 jobs, but it's not technically applying to any jobs. So this one doesn't have like a big goal, if that makes sense. So for example, if my goal was to read 11 books, I have all of my books in here. If I check off this book 1 right here, it's gonna update the progress here and over here too, if you can see that. Or I can check it off here and it'll still update down here too. So yeah, that's how that works. The reason why I did this was because I feel like I can visually see how many tasks I have left as far as my goals go. Whereas before, when everything was inside here, it was like, yeah, like I have all of these tasks, I've broken down this goal into tasks, but I can't see these tasks unless I open up the goal. So this is just a way for me to see everything so I don't forget all the stuff that I have to do. But let's go over my October goals while we're at it. My first goal is to stream every Thursday. So like I said, I stream every Monday and Friday, but those are my game dev streams. Those are strictly for me to stream my game development process. And normally I do Pomodoros. So today I did a 50-minute Pomodoro and I did like 4 Pomodoros, and that was like super helpful. When I do my game dev streams, it's basically the same thing where I do like a couple of Pomodoros and I work on my game in like these focus sessions. So even if you're not into game dev, we can both be productive together, and I think that's super helpful to anyone who's watching, including myself. So what this means is that I'm already pretty solid on streaming every Monday and Friday. I feel pretty good about that, but I want to work my way up to streaming on Thursdays as well, and then eventually I want to stream on Wednesdays also. But I don't want to overwhelm myself by streaming Mondays and Fridays as well as Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I'm just adding Thursday in the month of October, and then if I feel pretty good about streaming on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, then I'll add Wednesday. That was a very long-winded way of saying that I'm going to also be streaming on Thursdays. But yeah, second goal obviously is to finish a video game. I'm making a cute, spooky video game. The point of the game is to defend your little witchy cottage from ghosts and zombies and stuff, and you play as a little black cat. So it's definitely like a Halloween theme, and I really want to finish it obviously before Halloween. So that's my goal for this month as far as like game development goes. My next goal is to read 11 books. Am I gonna meet this goal? Is it unrealistic? Perhaps. But seeing as though I am 22 books behind on my reading goals, honestly, I need to read as many books as I can before the end of October to catch up on my reading goals. So fortunately, but also unfortunately, that is my reading goal. And I'm honestly not sure if I'm gonna be able to meet this goal, but I think it might be doable as long as I stick to graphic novels, short stories, and probably some rereads. Definitely check back in on my November reset to see if I actually met this goal, because yeah, it's a lot. And then my last goal is to apply to 20 jobs. This is pretty self-explanatory. I'm looking for a job right now. I'm looking for a software engineering job. You know what? It's a little bit overwhelming to be looking for a job. So if I can squeeze a little bit of dopamine every time I apply to a job, let's do it. I'm all for it. So yeah, those are my October goals, and this is the to-do list that is related to my October goals. Next, we have a habit tracker, and the way to use this is that you just add a new day. So like the next day would obviously be October the 4th, and then you just check off your goals. So my first goal is to journal. I still journal, but I'm not that consistent because I'll be excited to start journaling again, but then for the rest of the week I'll kind of forget to journal. I think I showed you my journal in my August setup, but in case you didn't know, I pretty much journal on one side of the page in the morning, and then I journal on the other side of the page in the evening. And I have not been journaling on the evening one. I would literally forget that I started the journaling page in the morning. So I definitely need to start journaling in the evening. But I feel like I've been pretty good about journaling in the morning, even though sometimes I still do forget in the morning. I don't know. So this is just probably gonna serve as a reminder to keep journaling. And honestly, maybe I should add like journaling morning and then journaling evening. But I don't know. I think I'll just update that later. And then my second goal was to obviously read. I definitely yeah, I definitely need to read. Lastly is my October memories, just like my August memories and maybe my September memories if I ever add that. But yeah, that is how my October setup looks like. And while we're here, let me show you what the October template looks like. So here's how the template looks. The template looks exactly the same. There's just a couple of differences because obviously I can't put everything in the template for you all. Some of the stuff you're gonna have to fill out yourself, but I will show you how to use it. So I have a page here just in case you forget for how to use this template. And the first thing that you might want to know is how to change between light and dark mode. To switch to dark mode, you just go to this navigation pane and go to settings and members. Then you click on my settings, and then next to appearance, just click this drop down menu. And we'll switch to light so you can see how it looks in light mode. This is how it looks in light mode, by the way. You choose whether or not you want to switch to dark mode. Honestly, I think both of them look pretty good, but I feel like the light theme is like too much white. And I feel like if you look at it for too long, it's gonna hurt your eyes. Next thing is adding the widgets. So both of the widgets are from indify.co. I have the link here so you can make your own widgets. Click on this link and make an account. I'm already signed in, and they're gonna add a widget. And if we look at my books read widget, make sure that this is use system setting instead of light or dark, because if you decide to change your setting and you have this on either light or dark, it's gonna look kind of weird, like how it looks right here. This is how it would look in the light theme if you just kept it in the dark setting. And then you're gonna copy this link right here, go back to your template, and then paste it over here. I have a couple of blocks here already so you can paste your links for your widgets. Next is the October goals. I have everything all set up here so you can make your own goals. The only thing that you need to do is click on new and then add a cover, and then you can change this to whatever cover that you want. And any task that you add in here is automatically gonna go towards the progress bar in here. There's no task right now, so it's empty, but when you add a new task in here, the progress bar is gonna populate. Any task that you add inside of your goals, like I said, is gonna end up over here. And then when you complete it, it's gonna go away. And it's gonna update this progress bar also. Lastly is a habit tracker, and I've already explained how you can add a new day. But if you wanted to add a new habit, the quickest way to do that is to click on this little arrow right here next to new, and then click on this ellipses to edit the template and click edit. Then just click add a property and search for checkbox. And then just change this to the name of the habit that you want. I'm just gonna name this habit 5. And once we've added a habit, go back outside, and you still only have 4 habits here, so you have to add the 5th one. So to add that, you just click on these ellipses right here, and then click on properties, and then click this eyeball right here to make it shown. I know it doesn't actually say the habits next to the little check boxes, but if you hover over the checkbox, it's gonna say exactly what habit you're checking off. Hopefully that's not too confusing, but if it is, definitely let me know. Or if you have any suggestions for this template, let me know. Somebody did give me a suggestion for my travel hub template, and I really appreciate it. I did end up changing my travel hub template, so definitely go check out what I've updated in there. But yeah, that is how to use my October 2023 template. I will be leaving the link in the description of this video, and the template is free, so why not use it? Anyways, that is it for my October reset. If it seemed a little chaotic, that's because I'm still trying to get back into the groove of filming. I literally haven't filmed in over a month, so I'm still getting my bearings straight and trying to remember how I filmed before. I don't know how I forgot, but I guess that happens when you haven't filmed in a month. But I guess the main goal is to help people out, so I really hope that this template helps you out. That's part of the reason why I make these free. I just really want to help people out and hopefully inspire people as well. For me personally, it's really hard for me to stick to my goals. So the goal of making these monthly templates and making them completely brand new every single time is to get me excited to work on my goals all over again. So I really hope that that's doing the same for you. Let me know what your goals are for October. I would really love to know that. Also, don't forget to check out my Twitch channel. Like I said, I stream every Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and we do productivity streams, whether that's game dev or something else. Right now I'm doing 50-minute Pomodoros with like a 10-minute break in between. So if you struggle with productivity and you need somebody to be productive with you, I can be that person. Just go watch my stream on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.